wurde geklaut.
Dann dazu.
Ja, nein, die ganzen
Das Wertvollste
Koffer
oder
haben
was?
geklaut.
Gestern am Bankgeben zerschossen, als es die Gegenstände probiert hatte. Und ich denke mal, jetzt
Aber überhaupt keiner auf der Straße.
Na, die einzigen zwei, die da gesessen sind, die nicht zurück. Ja. Das sind eben so
Hello and welcome to your Strand Canal tour. My name is Mark, I'm your tour guide. I'll tell you a bit about the city you've come to see, Copenhagen. Our captain today, that's Captain Bob, and you will get us safely through our canals. Along the way I want you to do two things for me. First of all, watch your heads. We have a couple of low bridges, don't hit your heads, kind of hurts, right? Don't do it. And then also keep your hands on board and then we will return safely, right? Along the way we have a couple of stations. If you want to dock, you just raise your hands, I will announce them. Okay, thank you very much. Og selvfølgelig velkommen ombord til jeres Strand Canal tour. Jeg hedder Mark, jeg er jeres tourguide hos kaptajn Bob. Han bringer os sikkert igen vores kanaler. Undervejs så pas på jeres hoveder. Så har vi nemlig mange lave broer, for eksempel Nyhavnsbroen, som vi sejler probably protecting the inner port of Copenhagen, because back then, in front of it, there was basically nothing. There were shallow waters, but otherwise not much. And all of these areas were only built in the end of the 1800s, right? So this was the port entrance, and this is where you had to pass and pay your dues if you wanted to trade here in Copenhagen. So that's what it protected. Nedskulptur, de symboliserer selvfølgelig udlændinge, som bor i eksil her i Danmark fra 1996. And of course here the white sculptures left from 1996, they symbolize foreigners living in exile. Her har vi selvfølgelig Refshaløen, og det er selvfølgelig vores derværende værftsburmeister Wayne, de byggede jo deres skibe her. Selvfølgelig her til vores højre, den lille havfru. Her har hun været siden 1913, dengang var hun en gave af Carlsberg til byen, lavede den store danske kunstner Edvard Eriksen, som lå sig inspireret af Hans Christian Andersens eventyr. Og selvfølgelig er han jo kendt som Varsen i Danmark, men så er han jo også kendt som en kvinde, som har tabt til hovedet op til flere omgange. Det skete jo en gang i 60'erne, en gang i 90'erne, og så i 80'erne tabte hun også hendes arm. And then of course the Little Mermaid known to be the symbol of Denmark around the world, but equally known to be a woman who's lost her head a couple of times. Happened once in the 60s, once in the 90s, and in the 80s they also cut her arm off, right? Right? Why is it called the Kissing Bridge? Well, it will have two bridge parts meeting over the middle of the inner port, right? But there were a couple of issues. It's a bit late now because basically they kind of measured the density of the inner port wrongly, right? Of the sea ground, it's called. And then obviously these bridge parts didn't line up, and obviously it's going to become a bicycle and pedestrians bridge. It's not that convenient, you know, on your way from Nyhavn, when you suddenly notice, okay, it goes down 2 meters and you land on your face. Okay, so basically they rectified this error, and now it's due to be finished in spring 2015. Pas på jeres hoveder, der kommer vores helt nye tramkravsbro, and then of course you can see a bridge which has gone a little bit better. Please do watch your heads, right? It's pretty low, right? It's as hard as it looks. So please, you guys, yeah, you have to watch out. Thank you very much. It's got the Tramkravsbro, right? And this is a bridge intersection. Just received its bridge segment about a month ago, and this will also become this bicycle and pedestrians bridge. You can see the idea, right? First over the inner port, and then towards the opera. Then you can ride your bicycle to the opera. Imagine that. Convenient, right? I København fra 1674 af, det er jo del i København. Og så selvfølgelig, hvis man kigger fremad, ser man Frelserkirken, hvor man kan stadig gå hele vejen op. Der er også en 3 meter høj Kristus-statue, som er klædt i renaissance-tøj. And of course, right now we're cruising through Christianshavn, the port of Christian, and obviously you can see a whole lot of boats here, boats of all shapes and sizes. This area actually originated as a trade area under Christian IV. From 1617 onwards, he wanted to build this area specifically after the example of Amsterdam as a trade area for Copenhagen. Was integrated into Copenhagen in 1674 and rapidly became very popular due to its unique trading rights and low taxes here. And of course today it is our guest port in Copenhagen, over the summer frequently visited by sailing clubs from Europe and from all over the world actually. And also in the distance ahead of you, you can see the Redeemer's Church, the Frelserkirke, where you can still walk all the way up to the church tower's peak. However, it's not open when it rains and these stairs are wet because they're quite slippery, and obviously you don't want to fall down 150 stairs around the church tower.
area here.
Og lige om lidt også Snørrebroen, og bagefter til venstre kan man så se tårnet af Frelserkirken. Then coming up is the Snørrebro over there. So next bridge. It's pretty low today, so watch your heads, thank you, look forward. And then after the bridge to the left you can take a picture of the Redeemer's Church, or the Frelserkirke. We call it our Saviour's Church. Her kan man lave en hel masse her i Christianshavn. Man kan besøge Aarhusmuseet and also the Art Museum of Denmark. And also right next to this church tower you'll find Christiania, our hippie area, right? Perhaps you've heard about that area. People say they enter it and then they leave a lot happier than when they entered. I don't know why that's the case, right? You will have to find out for yourselves. Right next to the bridge, next to the canal, to the left. This is the top of the bridge, because that's obviously the road leading over it. Også valgt sejle med den sorte diamant i møde. Den sorte diamant åbnede i 1999 som første bygning i havnefornyelsen under Schmidt, Hammer og Larsens tegnestue. Fra Aarhus bygningen dækket i sort granit, absolut black granit, findes kun i Zimbabwe. Og selvfølgelig multifunktionel bygning her lige ved siden af Inderhavnen. Der findes jo ikke kun bøger og 196 km i uge, men selvfølgelig også et hotelcenter, restaurant, Sørkort. And then here on the right side, you have the Black Diamond of Copenhagen. You can see these tilted black granite walls, tilted towards us, providing us with the image of our boat going past the Black Diamond. And it's from 1999 opened the Schmidt, Hammer and Lassen architecture group. It's covered in this black granite material from Zimbabwe, specifically for this project. 1,000 of these black granite slabs covered. And the rear, could you please sit down? Thank you. I'm kind of a bit tired of telling you to do so. Thank you. So please be more careful. Efter Bryghusbroen findes her til vores venstre en byggeplads. Det bliver engang vores nye arkitekturcenter, taget den hollandske architect, Danish Kohlhaas. And then here to the left, obviously lots of construction going on. This will become in 2017, presumably a new architecture center designed by the Dutch star architect Gammel Strand. Her til vores anden side har vi
Then
Christian
you have
Fjers
19 ministries of Denmark here on Slotsholmen, and right behind this lighthouse ship you will find, for instance, the Ministry of Transportation, but next to the Ministry of Education as well. And then it says 200 years anniversary for the Danish school system. Obviously, it all started in 1814. 1814 actually quite a tragic year. We lost Norway to Sweden, but obviously on the other hand we gained the school system, so we kind of came out on top, I always say. Selvfølgelig tager vi her Prinsens Bro lige om lidt, så pas på jeres hoveder. Coming up the Princess Bridge. Please do watch your heads, thank you. Eyes forward, thanks. Og så man kan jo faktisk også spise lidt smørrebrød her på prammen i caféen her. Of course, over the summer you can also eat two of these smørrebrød, traditional Danish meals here on the raft. And of course here, coming up, the Marble Bridge, and the Marble Bridge is Neptune looking down at you. Juno to the left, Mercury to the right. It's a Roman-inspired bridge and was designed by Nikolai Ekberg, the royal architect back then. Originally part of the royal palace of Maidenborg, which unfortunately burned to the ground in 1794. There you go. Lovely bridge. Nationalmuseet. Kan man komme gratis i, faktisk uden testament, for der har vi lukket, der kan man selvfølgelig ikke komme ind. Thank you. Of course, you're looking for there with thinking, okay, this kind of looks a bit scary, but don't be scared. This bridge is held together by plastic bags and wooden slabs. Nothing can happen, right? So, nothing can happen. Det sælges i udlandet, og det gav jo byen sin oprindelige rigdom dengang. And then into the left, you have Gammel Strand, where Copenhagen officially was founded in 1167 because of the fish trade, right? You could catch the herring particularly, and it could be salted, exported, and then traded, and that's what the city's riches were initially based upon. But of course, the roots of Copenhagen go back far longer. There's evidence that the Viking settlement has been here at least since the middle of the 800s. So basically, the roots of Copenhagen go back a lot longer. Allegedly, one of these streets, actually, Kattesandgade, is named after a Viking fortress called Kattesand. Watch your heads, please. Pas på jeres hoveder. Og biskop selvfølgelig, som grundlag i København her. Officielt. Brødene går jo tilbage til vikingtiderne. Then coming up our station here at Gammel Strand. If you want to continue to Nyhavn, right, then please stay on board. Og tilbage kommer her vores station, Gammel Strand. Hvis I gerne vil fortsætte til Nyhavn, så bliver I bedst ombord, ikke? Så fortsætter vi lige om lidt. Så jeg startede turen her, så siger jeg bare mange tak. Det var efter en dejlig tur. Vi ses igen. We started the tour here, then I just want to say thank you very much. Det er bygninger af det danske erhverv, hvis man ikke ved det. Gør man det nu. Oprindelsen har jo bygningen under Christian, eller har bygningen haft under Christian 4. i 1623, hvor det åbnede som en udendørs marked. Dragespiret skulle beskytte faktisk bygningen af fyr. Men der er selvfølgelig forankret i dansk mytologi, hvor dragene på et tag skulle beskytte en bygning af fyr and brande. And here on the right side you have these 4 intertwining dragon tails, and that's the tower of the stock exchange. The stock exchange was built in 1623 under Christian IV. He partially designed this building himself, opened as an indoor market back then, and is of course now our former stock exchange, which meanwhile has moved out of the building. White dragons up there, well, they should protect this building from fire. Please do watch your heads again. The next bridge, pretty low, pretty hard, so don't hit your heads here. Thank you. Stock exchange bridge here, first of all. Efter Børsebroen har vi her til vores venstre, jo Nationalbanken. Nationalbanken er jo tegnet til Arne Jacobsen, løs og svensker. Her til vores højre har vi også Arkitekturcentret. Arkitekturcentret jo her i Gammeldok, Pakhuset jo fra 1882, men i dag kan man følge med, hvordan København er blevet den grønne hovedstad af Europa i år. Vi har jo haft en klimakonference sidste uge, IPCC, den blev kaldt IPCC, med grunden for det var jo København er blevet den grønne hovedstad af Europa, det er verdens reneste havnevand, altså verdens grønneste bygning her i København. And then here on the right side, the Architecture Center. It's inside this former warehouse from 1882, actually one of the largest ones here at the inner port. And of course inside the Architecture Center, where you can follow as to why Copenhagen was selected to be the green capital of Europe this year, as of course to do with all the bicycles we're using. We have the world's cleanest port walking around the world's greenest building. And of course this has a huge advantage. For instance, you can't see the bill after your meal, right? I'm just kidding. But normal kind of waiting list also of 7-8 months, so a huge waiting list for that restaurant, and not a lot of space. There are only 45 seats inside. Etter vores højre jo Hans Christian Andersen, der vender hjem. Nummer 67 her skrev han angiveligt den lille havfrue i bygningen. And then of course here the Hans Christian Andersen house. Is it a museum? Yes or no? No, it's not. But inside you'll find a lovely coffee house called the Hans Christian Andersen Coffee House. And that's number 67, where he allegedly wrote The Little Mermaid as well. Pas på jeres hoveder, der kommer en lærebord der turen snævst igen. And yes, you're smiling, but please take cover anyway, because we have the lowest bridge of the tour coming up and you don't want to hit your head. It hurts, right? Don't do it. Otherwise you will get a free ticket to the Bispeberg Hospital, right? Bispeberg, lovely place. Please don't visit it for the wrong reasons, I always say. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope you had a lovely tour to the canals and port areas of Copenhagen, and I hope to see you again. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right.